So the very first thing you're supposed to do once you change or you convert your car from petrol or diesel to LPG, the very first person to notify is the NTSA. Insurance companies have a very beautiful way of dismissing you. They give you a simple sheet.
Yes.
And then the moment you go to claim, you get a booklet. So that booklet has a lot of details.
Hi guys, I hope this video finds you well. My name is Martin, in case you're here for the first time. Na sisi ni watu wa insurance. We do civic education as well as reviews on insurance, especially within the Kenyan market. Now in today's video, we are reacting to something that happened and was posted online. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to put it here so that you can see. And now we want to talk about modifications za magari. And to be specific, we want to look at watu wanabadilisha wanaweka LPG gas.
Yes.
The idea is so good because people are trying to kuangalia budget. Wanasema ni more economical kutumia gas as opposed kutumia fuel. So most people are really adapting to your idea ya kubadilisha gari ikuwe gas. But now what are the implications za kubadilisha gas, I mean from petrol to gas, and that is to insurance. And also we are also going to look at what are you supposed to do ndio ukue on the safe side in case something happens na gari ichomeka kama hii yenye ilichomeka ukue umelipwa.
Alright,
so that is exactly what we want to look at. And thank you very much for those of you who have subscribed to our channel. I hope you are enjoying the content that we are putting out. We talk about insurance. So kama uko na swali ya insurance, we recommend that you type that question in the comment section, because we want to educate you in advance or to enlighten you before you buy a product. At least have an idea of what to expect when we want to claim. So without wasting much time, si tupeleke pole pole.
All right. Thank you, Martin. And
yes.
To our guys, as always, I'm delighted again to share this. Remember, this is the platform where you get to learn more of what insurance can cover and what it can't. And we are referring to that case that happened last week, where a car out of nowhere had a blast out of I think it's an LPG. So two things you must remember when you are converting. Sometimes it doesn't really make sense when you have a car, let's say cc zake ziko
1,000, but still you want to put gas.
It doesn't really add up. So what we would encourage you, because after all what you really want is to save as much as possible. But when doing that, it's always good to follow the right channel. So for example, there are a lot of parties involved in that car. Number one is the NTSA. There is also the insurance. And when that event happened, we knew that car was very new. It was actually KD something, which means that most likely if the owner had bought it either cash or on loan, it's a total loss if it will not be paid. However, there are some instances when an insurance company can pay, and other insurances when they will say, well, that one, hiyo ni mzigo yako. So the very first thing you're supposed to do once you change or you convert your car from petrol or diesel to LPG, the very first person to notify is the NTSA. Because remember, your logbook indicates that your car moves on petrol, so that they can change the logbook status from petrol to LPG, you need, number one, to notify them. And that one will give you an easier time while claiming. At the same time, if you want to do that and you want, in the event the claim comes in, you'll be paid by the insurance company, what you need to do is you need to notify the insurance company. Sometimes remember the last time we said that insurance companies have a very beautiful way of dismissing you. They give you a simple sheet.
Yes.
And then the moment you go to claim, you get a booklet. So that booklet has a lot of details. And sometimes I think we need to cover that. What is really contained in that policy document, because it has a lot. It has conditions to meet both ends or both parties,
and because basically it's a contract.
It's a contract
between two parties.
Yes, and also it also includes exclusion. When or which are the instances when the insurance company may not pay. So the very first thing, as I've said, notify the NTSA so that you can have your logbook changed. Number 2 is you need to notify your insurance company so that to advise you whether it would pay in the event of a claim, because if they say yes, now that your insurance could be a comprehensive cover, they need to amend the policy document, because possibly by the time you are converting your car from petroleum to LPG, they had already issued a policy document indicating your car runs on petrol. So it is very, very important. Again, you also need to, if you need to convert, make sure that you have gone to a licensed professionals to change your car from one status to another. So I think those are the key things. Now that we want to understand, when are you likely to be paid? The answer is yes, and to some extent no. You could be paid if, number 1, you have converted your logbook. So for you to convert the logbook, you need to notify the NTSA. Number 2, yes, notify your insurance that you have changed your car from petroleum to LPG. Number 3 is that the car must have had what we call a comprehensive insurance. Yeah, because comprehensive insurance covers now the vehicle. If it is on a third-party status, you may not be paid. And finally, make sure that you visit an authorized professional to change that. So that is when it is payable. When it is not payable, if the insurance told you that you cannot make any modification on this car.
Or in other words, they didn't approve your request.
Yeah, good. The moment you approach them to seek authorization, if they say no, don't bother. Because if something happens,
they are not going to pay.
They are not going to pay. Number 2 is make sure that they may not also pay. The insurance may decline to pay if you went to a DIY, we call it, do it.
Mtu anasema mimi ni mechanic. I know how to do this thing.
If you are not authorized or licensed to do so, and then something happens to that car, maybe it catches fire, believe you me, you will not be paid by an insurance company. Again, the insurance company may not really pay you if you had not changed the logbook.
Yes.
If the logbook still reads petroleum or diesel, and during that occasion, or
you
during
had converted or you had installed the gas,
it may not be paid. At the same time, the insurance company will say no if the LPG is one of the exclusion. Because sometimes you find that insurance company exclusively says you may not do this. If you do that, do not pay. Just the same way, there are other covers like last expense. It is strictly says if death happens out of suicide,
not going to pay.
They are not going to pay. And again, remember when you want to change, there may be some slight change in how much you pay in terms of premium, because it's high risk. It's a highly risky now item, converting your car from petroleum to LPG. Yeah,
maybe as we wind up, there we are talking about modification.
Yes.
Do we have like other modifications that you need to follow the same process? You notify the insurance company, maybe you have said you change the logbook. I can give you an example. Maybe for someone who wants to like suspend.
Yes.
Na watu wanapenda kama gari za miraa unainua gari.
Yeah.
Which other modification do you need like to follow the same steps?
So basically that is the major one. Other modification that may require the attention of an insurance is when you are lifting off the car. Yeah, you also need to notify, but sometimes insurance may overlook that. But if it want to kind of
decline to pay, that's a reason enough.
You can post that as a reason not to pay. So you find that if the car gets an accident and it had been modified, one of the easiest way for an insurance company to kuruka it's that,
and they really love it.
They love it.
Yes.
Yeah. So you also need someone who can advise you, or an agent. Agent can show you a lot of buttons to press. So that is why we always recommend that if you want an insurance, always have someone who is holding you, because for this kind of service, it's not a 1+1 thing.
Yes.
So what we always do, or we recommend, is it's easier for you to have that agent than not to have him. And because in the event of something happening, what you are avoiding is agent wako akule commission. After all, hata ukipeleka directly utakula your commission.
Yes.
Utakula your commission. So the most important thing is it makes your work easy during the claim. And the essence of an insurance basically is to pay and claim. So when it happens, you don't need to run everywhere, getting worried. Yeah. So we recommend that if you don't have a good agent, or you feel that you need someone who focuses purely on a service, yeah, we are here at Kenya Insurance Hub so that we can help you, even in interpretation of a policy document. What I can tell you is, majority of you just get a sticker, but every sticker comes out with a policy document. Ask your agent, where does your policy document go? Yes,
very true.
Because you are supposed to have it.
Yes,
just in case. Yes,
it contains the details of the policy. Ama ile kitu itafanya ulipwe ama ukose kulipwa iko hapo ndani.
Iko hapo ndani.
So thank you very much for watching this video to the end. Nyinyi watu wa LPG, I know sometimes we focus so much on the budget. You want to spend less on, that is when you're spending, or when you're using that vehicle, that is on, kama ulikuwa unanunua mafuta sana, you are looking on budget. But at the same time, in as much as you want to work on the budget, look at the implications. What would go wrong if you don't follow the procedure?
Yeah, absolutely.
So in case you are there and you have any question touching on anything insurance, type those questions in the comment section below, and we'll be able to respond to you with a full video such as this one. Also subscribe if you haven't. It's the best way to support our content, because our content is free. Turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time we have a new video. Thank you very much for watching this video to the end, and I hope we give you value for your time. And until we see you in the next one, God bless you, and bye bye.